Hi everyone. Um, I just recorded a whole ass video, my mic wasn't on. And the best part about it was that I'm playing the Alpha Jet Tide because it's going up to 10.7 incredibly soon, very likely. So I wanted to make a video on it while it was still 10.3. I played 4 games today. All 4 of them have been full up tiers on small Afghanistan. If I go through here, Afghanistan, 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 Afghanistan. The only 4 games I played in it, all of them full up tiers on this map. I queue in for a 5th going, it's not the worst thing that we lost the footage because, you know, it'll look the exact same. We get a full up tier on small Afghanistan! Wow, what a surprise! So yeah, this plane's matchmaker is apparently very bad, but we are back. This is the Thai Alpha Jet. The Phase 1, I think they call it, is the only thing that differentiates it from the other one. If you don't know, you are an 87 flight model at 10.3. My dog is going fucking nuts downstairs, give me a sec. But yeah, you're an 87 flight model at 10.3, and the reason why you are there is because of these, the AIM-9P4, which is an AIM-9J with an AIM-9L Seeker head stuck onto the front of it, which makes it all aspect, it gives it better flare resistance. It's a funny missile, it's a very comedic missile, I do quite like it. So yeah, I would recommend climbing at about 10 degrees on this thing because you would like to try to drop missiles from angles that people don't really see you. It has a very similar playstyle to the Tram, which I think is, yep, just below us. You fly in, you drop missiles from places that people don't expect, you get kills with them, and if you see a flareless thing, you just get to click on them. Like an F-105D, F-4C, any of those things, you just point, click, it dies. It's very funny. I would recommend firing these missiles from around 2 kilometers. If your target's going quickly, they can miss from like 1.5 rear, so keep that in mind. We have a J-35XS down here. I'm going to drop the missile from the top. He's probably not looking up. That was a very bad shot kinetically. I should have led that forwards more, but he didn't flare it, so he probably would have died to it. Had I actually fired it correctly, we have a tornado on us as well. Also, keep in mind this plane is an 8.7 flight model, which means you lose dogfights to just about everything you see. Like, you might be able to beat like an F4S, maybe, but that's about it. Sorry, you might be able to beat like an F5... There. I can't speak. Holy shit. You might be able to beat an F4C if they're like fully loaded, maybe. And that's largely it. So keep that in mind when you are playing, because you are very, very vulnerable if anyone actually wants to focus you down and kill you. You can still reverse them because you have a shit ton of roll rate and you have capable missiles for when they overshoot. But it's just going to depend on how smart or stupid the opponent you are going up against is. So, yeah. Also, as well as that, your Mauser 27mm, the gun on the bottom of this thing, is terrible. Like, it is incredibly bad. The velocity's fine, the fire rate's fine, the damage is just non-existent. Like, you do not get... You have to get very lucky to get one-shot kills on this. I've complained about it in several videos now. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of this gun whatsoever, so keep that in mind. We have an F5 who's approaching us. He completely drop kicks us into the dogfight here, so we're going to try to not take this with him as he gets right on our 6. I think he over-G'd there, which is the only reason we're still alive. And he just missed the Vulcan shot. So essentially what I'm going to do is ignore the F5C, and I'm just going to fire a 9J at this F-105 as quick as I can. And he barely outruns it. Fuck. I'm going to fire another one because it looks like he's not really paying attention. He has no flares, so he can't really do anything against these launches. And eventually, one of them is going to kill him. I'm going to fire another one because he managed to kinetically dodge the first 2, and he has no speed for this one. God, I love this plane. So yeah, that's the playstyle of this thing. You find something that's flareless, you click on them, they die, and then someone else wants you dead on the enemy team, and you die. That's really it. I don't know where the other F5 went, but I think my team probably killed him. Or this might be him here, I'm not fully sure. As you can see, we are literally just chilling at like 500 kilometers an hour. Literally just A10 gameplay over here. Except the gun doesn't even work on this thing. If you do manage to get a full down tier, by the way, your flight performance actually isn't too bad relative to most of the other things at your BR. And as well as that, you have all aspects. Most things you will be seeing will not be flareless. They'll have essentially no way of dealing with your missiles unless they're smart enough to fire one of their own at them. That is assuming you launch it head on. Yeah, it's going to be incredibly funny if you actually manage to do that, but It's not super likely in this thing because, you know, flight performance of a boat. Not even a boat, it's just like, it's just slow. It's just slow and bad. We have 3 A-10s over here. We do have flares to destroy their all aspects, which is good. I am going to slowly creep up on these guys. We can't win a dogfight against one of them, really, let alone all 3, so we're gonna have to try and pull some weird shit here. It looks like they aren't super bright and are largely firing at each other, which is gonna work in our favor here. I mean, they are A-10 players, so expecting them to be bright is, you know, and it's not really their strong suit. This thing's rudder is very weird as well. That's another thing to keep in mind. I'm going to miss all my gunshots, and we literally cannot fucking pull into him. The second one barely misses the ground. We didn't even do that. Phew, we actually severe and take off his wing. First time this gun has actually killed him one shot, just to spite me. We get hit by a decent round from the F8U. It's fine. Alright, so it seems the Gaijin has heard my prayers. We have now got a different map, and it's a full down tier. So hopefully I'm going to get within range of some of these flareless planes over here, and I'm going to get to show you where this thing shines. Now, we have a MiG-23 over here. It's kind of a decent Glock, but I'm going to fire the missile anyways. It roughly knows where the MiG-23 is, so it should be able to lead into its flight path. And just like that, bam. He has no flares. He has literally no fucking way of dealing with it. Buccaneer gets fed the same fate, but just from a different missile behind him. I'm going to keep going. These MiG-19s over here have literally no way of dodging some of these missiles, so I'm going to fire one at the MiG-19. It's going to pull into him. He has literally nothing he can do. I'm assuming this Mirage is going to be a 3. It is. Once again, he can do nothing. We point and we click. The Hunter is one of the only planes which actually gets flares at this BS, so I'm going to roughly ignore him. And instead, I'm going to see if I can get a shot on this F-104 if he decides to do something dumb, like a looping maneuver. The Mirage is somehow still alive. He's probably going to die to a teammate, so I'm not super worried about that. But, yeah. This is why this thing got moved up. Like, it's so dumb. You can just click on people and they die. Like, that is not fair. Where is the counterplay Gaijin? And yeah, so it's getting moved up. Of course it is. It has all aspect missiles at 10.3. There's a lot of planes that this has happened to. The A-10s, the trams, the Su-25s, the AMX for a while. And now Japan has got one, but it's not a premium. Yeah, it's stupid. I'm glad it's getting moved up because this thing was terrible for game balance. As much as I love this thing and I think it is really adorable, it getting moved up is a very good thing. We hit the A-10's bomb with the gun, he explodes, gets sent to the Shadow Realm, and we're just going to keep chugging over this way towards the enemy team. The Jaguar's already dead, but there is a Harrier up here. It might be one of the only planes which we can actually beat in a 1v1. And I have my literal entire team behind me, so I don't really envision us losing this fight. I might even be able to get an all-aspect missile off in front of him before he even realizes what's happening. He's turning around to kill AI. I'm not really sure what his game plan is here. I'm just going to get close to him. He has a very hot engine, and the 9Ls are quite flare-resistant if you fire them correctly, so we're going to try to do that here. As well as that, coupled with the 9J's acceleration, there actually are fairly flare-resistant missiles, so I'm going to get quite close, lead it in. Oh, it's a GR1. He doesn't even get flares. Well, he has rockets on him, which is pretty smart, so we can decoy it. He's going to be going against our whole team, though, here, so he's not really going to be able to hold his speed enough to stop me from getting behind him. And from there, as long as our team doesn't kill him first, I should just be able to click him out of the air. Just like that. Anyways, this gun does a pretty good velocity. Apparently I'm eating my words now about it doing no damage, because it's actually been killing things consistently now. But yeah, that was no sweat, 4 kills, could have been 5. This plane is stupid. Like, there's a very good reason why this thing is going up, dear god. So yeah, if you do get a full down tier with it, even at 10.7, it should probably still see a lot of things which don't have flares, because most of them are on our team this game. Things like the F1s, the MiG-23BNs, the T2 Earlies, not the Yak-38, but there's still a lot of aircraft who you will be seeing which don't have any flares to be able to deal with you. Some aircraft just won't have enough flares to deal with you. Other aircraft are too hot to deal with you. And yeah, your missiles will just guarantee you a lot of very free kills. So that is the plane. It's incredibly funny. I do quite like it. I probably am going to grind a ton of kills on this thing to go through most of the TIE subtree because, you know, it is also quite a unique aircraft as well. Yeah, on to the next game. Let's go. Okay, guess who is back after eating lunch? We are on a full down tier again. I don't know how we keep getting lucky with these now that Gaijin has got their little temper tantrum of full up tiers out the way. But because of the clouds, I didn't really want to climb super aggressively on this map, mostly just because this plane relies on its IR missiles, so getting them off on people without flares should be your main priority, and the clouds are going to kind of hinder that, so we don't really want to do that. But yeah, I'm just going to be chilling. The good thing about this plane is that most aircraft have to come towards you if they actually would like to engage, like this Jaguar over here. It's probably a GR1 which does not get the flares. It is. He dodged the missile somehow. We roll around his guns here. Yep. Just like that. I probably could have got a gun kill. I didn't really pull aggressively. It is fine because he's gonna just die to someone else apparently. I'm gonna miss all my shots. We're gonna get severe on him and then eventually kill him. Just as God intended. There is a J-35A. He's probably not gonna come towards us, considering he likely knows what we are. MiG-21 SPSK, who I also didn't see, which is kind of a shame because we could have got a fairly easy kill on him. J-35A does actually come towards us, just in the wrong angle. Okay, this thing has a very aggressive roll as well, which you have to keep an eye on and watch out for. Make sure it does not slam you into the ground while you're not aware. J-35D also has no flares. There's nothing he can do about that. That's just going to kill him. J-35A is already dead. I'm going to fire one at him anyways. He also has no flares. Take a wild guess at what's going to be happening. Yep. God, this plane in full down tiers is so incredibly broken that it's a very, very good thing it's going up. Do not get me wrong. I love this plane. I think it's incredibly funny, incredibly cute, but it needs to go up. I'm glad it is. We have... somebody has brought a prop to the game. I believe we're going to get, like, roughly a 1.5 kilometer frontal lock here with the 9P. I'm not going to burn one on him, actually. I'm going to use it on the Starfighter over here, who decides head-onning me is going to be a good idea. Dodge that, nerd. That's exactly what I thought. Anyways, we're going to go up and back around for this prop here. You get full rewards from them now, which is pretty cool. SU-25 somehow misses a burst. No, he didn't miss the burst. The guy is just absolutely fucked. I'm going to try to yoink it. We don't manage to. He's dead. And yeah, we're out of ammo and missiles. We get a 4K. This thing is so incredibly stupid. You literally just point and click with your missiles, and then whatever it is dies. Also, I wouldn't really ask this, but if you did enjoy the video, if you wouldn't mind liking it and subscribing, I made a joke about prestiging in the last video, which I don't think anyone understood. But, yeah, I'm gonna be uploading on this channel a lot more than main, well, obviously, but, like, I kind of wanted to take over the main channel uploads for a little bit here, and I'll get into some of the reasons for that, a little bit later down the line. But, yeah, I am going to be focusing on this one a lot more than main channel soon. So, yeah, I hope you guys all have an amazing day. If we had another missile, we could have beamed that guy there, but we do not, unfortunately. I hope you all have an amazing day. Yeah, see you in the next video. Goodbye.